Well, I know back home you're dealing with some inclement weather. Well, here it is extremely windy. That's right. Even the umbrellas that had to get put up that they want you to stay out of the heat, they were even difficult here today. So what we did is we went through the crowd and we found the only young lady by the name of Willow with the wind blowing. And there she is as we get set for the Braves and the Phils from Spectrum Fields. So it's time now for our Toyota Spring Report. We take a look at what's happening right now. The Phillies wound up losing yesterday, although they did have the lead against the Baltimore Orioles. So they're now 8-8-2. They have 17 games left, including today's game against the Braves. They cut down 3 more players today, and the current roster count is at 50. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis. We'll hear from Greg Murphy in just a little bit. All right, so the Phillies did whittle their roster down. The expectations were that some of those guys were going to go down at some point, but the bench still has some voids that need to be filled.
They do, and I think Pete Mackanin and the rest of the coaching staff, I think they're going to head north with 6 bench players. The problem is, which one of those 6 players is it going to be? These players have really performed well. Daniel Nava, Brock Stassi, they've done great jobs. They've been hitting the heck out of the baseball. Brock Stassi with his 4th home run yesterday. But we tend to overlook Hector Gomez and Nick Williams and Cam Perkins, what they've done as well. The bottom line is they're all hitting, which makes the decision even that more difficult for Pete Mackanin and the coaching staff.
So I talked to Pete today, and he said that these guys are making that difficult because, you know, he came into camp knowing there were 2 spots, but now he's got all these players, and it's going to be hard for him to pick 2 or 3 from that list.
Exactly, and a lot of these players, they're not just hitting singles. These guys are banging the baseball all over the ballpark and out of the ballpark. And let's not forget about some of the defense that have been playing as well. Now, do they go with a righty? Do they go with a lefty? Do they go with a switch hitter? Do they go with a guy that's more of a late inning guy defensively? Or do they go with some guy with some thunder off the bench and provide that with his bat?
Well, you saw Brock Stassi right there. Pete did say today that he is comfortable with him playing the outfield. They will give him more chances out in the outfield during the course of spring training. So today it is the Braves that are over from Orlando. Aaron Blair, he got knocked out in the first inning his last start here at Spectrum Field. He's making his 3rd start overall. And the thought is Jared Eichhoff will go at least 5 innings today for the Phillies. Well, we did take a peek on the internet and watch some of the television reports from up north. I know the snow is falling, but look at that wind. All right, we're lying. The conditions are pretty nice here in Clearwater. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Back here in Clearwater, everybody thinks when they're on camera, it's a kiss cam. It just seems to be. That was funny. He just asked her what her name was. We get set for the Phils and the Atlanta Braves from Spectrum Field. Nice crowd on hand. That's the St. Paul's Lower School Chorus that just performed the national anthem. And there's Brian Snitker, the manager of the Atlanta Braves. Braves are over from Orlando for their second visit here to Spectrum Field. Let's take a look at the lineup brought to you by Xfinity. The Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Ozzie Albies will lead it off at second base. He's one of their top prospects. He's just back from an elbow injury. Chase Darno bats second place short. Jace Peterson getting a chance to play a little outfield here. And then you go through the lineup. Not really many of the everyday Braves that are over from Orlando. But they will face Jared Eichhoff, the Phillies right-hander, who's had a little difficulty with command during the course of this spring. 0-1 with an ERA of 7.88. He has 7 strikeouts in 8 innings of work.
Just seems like the one inning has really hurt him in his last couple outings here early in spring training. 88 to 93. He'll sit about 91. Curve, slider change. The slider and the change have come a long way. Obviously, the big hook is his out pitch. So looking for Jared to have a little bit better outing today. Limit the hits, keep the ball down. Although this wind blowing out to right, it's going to be a tough day, possibly for some of these pitchers.
Eichhoff is scheduled to pitch 5 innings here this afternoon. And the Phillies will see Joaquin Benoit in the big field for the first time. He's pitched on the road.
I haven't seen him yet.
Nope. So here's Ozzie Albies, who will lead things off. As we mentioned, he's coming back from an elbow injury. He fractured his elbow last year. He is just 20 years old. Three for 5 so far with a run scored. And the first pitch of the day is upstairs. So we're underway from Clearwater. Albies last year in Double A and Triple A hit .292 with 6 home runs. Got a check swing foul ball.
The most awkward check swings you could ever see.
Yep. I don't think he expected that pitch to come in.
No.
Fastball just missed, according to the home plate umpire, Junior Valentine. 2 balls and 1 strike. It does seem like the fastball command has been the biggest issue for Jared so far this spring.
Without a doubt.
Little tapper. He runs well. Jared fields well. He had a little issue with that last game, but he's able to throw him out 1 away. So he gets the first out this afternoon, and now Chase Darno will be the hitter. Darno is just 0 for 4 on the spring. Last year he played 84 games for the Braves, hit .245. Most of his games were played at shortstop, but he split. He was all the way around the field. He played a little shortstop, a little third, a little second, a little outfield. And he hits that one out toward right field, and Nick Williams is under it. Yeah, there are 2 outs.
That a thing of beauty. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That'll keep you around.
Yes, it will.
And now Jace Peterson. Peterson played 115 games last season with the Braves. .254 with 7 home runs. Had a fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. That's the same spot that he wanted to in the Albies at bat, that he couldn't get it all the way on the outside part of the plate.
And he missed a couple pitches up. Since then I've seen Logan Moore get a lot lower with his target. Logan Moore, big guy, tall catcher, but very flexible. Actually puts his tail on the ground at times. He gives that target.
Well, some tall catchers are more flexible than others.
This is true.
Check swing. And no appeal. 2 balls and 1 strike.
You see Logan. Very, very good defensively.
Little tapper that got the home plate umpire. And it's 2-2.
Now that technically is a slider, but that had more cut on it than it had depth. So maybe that's something Jared's working on as well. Maybe getting around that a little bit more, making it more lateral.
Over to first base. Tommy Joseph waits for it. It's a nice easy inning. It's a 10-pitch inning for Jared Eichhoff. He needed that. We'll head to the bottom of the first. It's the Braves nothing and the Phillies coming up. As if it was 30 degrees outside today. As you look at the lineup card in Pete's hand, let's take a look at it. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. So Cesar leads it off, and he's got Roman Quinn batting second, so the speed is there. And we get another look at Daniel Nava, who was 4 for 4 the last time the Phillies played here at Spectrum Field against the Boston Red Sox. And as the lineup rolls down, you see Nick Williams. We talked about him in the open, how well he's played, and particularly lately. And they will face right-hander Aaron Blair. Blair made the last start when the Braves were here at Spectrum Field, and Cesar Hernandez knocked him right on out of the game.
Yes, he did. One batter out of the game.
He gone.
Cole Mentor had to come in to replace Blair. Did a good job. So Aaron Blair, 91 to 97, good sinker. Very, very good sinker. Relies on that heavily. You see, he's a big guy and uses that tilt to get a lot of ground balls.
Cesar is the first batter he'll face, and the first pitch is in there. It's 0-1. Cesar 6 for 27 so far this spring. Over to the right side, Albies takes a nice room service hop.
Batting second, number 24, Roman Quinn.
And here's Roman Quinn. How about the amount of runs that Roman Quinn has scored this spring? He's already got 8 runs scored this spring.
He's had a very good camp. Very good camp.
It's been solid. 269, 7 hits and 26 at-bats. And he shows bunt, takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Ruiz coming in on the grass to make sure. And a liner fouled on the right field line.
Roman just out in front, just a hair. Amazing some bat speed that some guys can generate. They just flat out have bat speed.
Shows bunt up the third base line. He's got the speed. Can he beat it? Oh, just in time. A heck of a throw from Anthony Recker. And there are 2 outs. He just needed to get it up on the grass a little bit.
I'm thinking a foot and a half more. He beats that out. But you're right. Excellent play by Recker. He gets out there quickly. And the way Recker goes after this ball is the only way he could have gotten Roman Quinn. He's at top speed in a flash.
Well, Vicky Mordini has that bunting station every single day before batting practice. And Roman is one of the usual candidates that's over there. So now Daniel Nava, 10 for 21 so far this spring with a triple. And that one is hit out toward right center field. Can the wind carry it out? And it is off the base of the wall, and Nava will get to second base with a double. A 2-out double. And he is now hitting .500 this spring.
Use the elements.
Yeah, Jace Peterson is a is an infielder who did play outfield at one point in his career.
And Daniel Nava making the most of his opportunity here in camp. It's a sinker that's just elevated and hits it off the right center field fence. Easy double for Daniel Nava.
Here's Tommy Joseph. Joseph 2 home runs this spring. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 0-1. Tommy has a runner in scoring position here with 2 men down. A little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one's hit well. Deep to left field. Will it stay fair? It is a foul ball. He needed to get it a little higher. Maybe the wind would have pushed it fair.
Very true.
Just a bit out front.
That gets through that zone quickly, doesn't it? One thing I've noticed with Tommy this year, and I don't know if he's making a concerted effort, but it seems like his balance when he's done swings, he is perfectly balanced. He's not falling over to one side. He does look good. I know his average just at 200, but he's hit a lot of balls hard.
Inside and low, 2-2. Play by Anthony Record. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nava still at second base. He doubled with 2 outs. Phillies with their 8 wins, 1 less than the Mets. They have the most wins in the National League East. The Mets, the Phillies, and the Nationals all at 500. The Mets at 9-9, the Phillies at 8-8, and the Nationals at 7-7. Ground ball foul. Tommy did not blink at all.
That hit him.
It just kept running in. I guess it hit him in the bottom of the hand.
Look at that little wrist guard there.
Yes, that's where it hit the
it
wrist
did make,
guard.
yeah, a little. It sounded like a plasticky sound. If plasticky is a word, Tom.
Wow.
Now we saw that the other day with Tommy. It looked like he started to make a movement off a lefty the other day to go and swing at the pitch, and it hit him in his back right quad.
Well, Sean Ficazzi, the Phillies athletic trainer, is on the call, but Tommy says he's fine. So the Phils now with runners on first and second, and Nick Williams will be the batter. Williams waves at an off-speed pitch, and it's 0-1. Nick Williams is starting to swing the bat very well. He's 8 for 22 this spring. His average at 364. I know you saw him yesterday.
Yeah, and the home run yesterday.
Yep.
And he hit the last out of the game was hit harder than his home run. I don't know how the pitcher caught it, but he did.
Ground ball right side. Albies has it. And that'll do it for the Phillies. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left here in the bottom of the first. We've played 1. We'll move to the second here at Spectrum Field. The At Phillies cell phone wallet is free to fans 15 and older. It'll be given out on Wednesday, April 12th, when the Phillies take on the New York Mets. Tickets can be purchased going to Phillies.com. Some of those youngsters will not be able to get the cell phone wallet, but I'm sure that they have some form of it. As we go to the second, Anthony Recker will lead it off. Recker 4 for 12 so far this spring. Did Larry Bowa just yell out, "Let's go"? And the first pitch on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
Cell phones, iPads. I know a lot of them are in use back home right now. On the phone with my wife earlier, she said, "Go away. The iPad's right over there." All the kids home from school.
0-2. Anthony Recker probably has some family back in eastern PA that are going through the same thing that everybody else is in the Delaware Valley. I think they had a good year last year in 33 games. Getting a chance to play a little bit for the Braves.
First breaking ball of the day by Jared.
Curve ball of the day. Well, he may have had one goal, and that was to try to get fastball command under his belt today, but it was a fairly quick first inning. There's another curveball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Always easier said than done, but it's hard when you go 0-2 to 3-2. You know, you just want to finish that hitter off. You go 0-2, you want to no more than 2 more pitches. Keep that pitch count down.
Oh man, it was awfully close, but it's ball 4, and Recker draws a walk. First walk issue today by Eichhoff. The rookie Junior Valentine is behind home plate. Eric Cooper's at first. DJ Rayburn's at second, and Ronnie Teague is around at third. And Emilio Bonifacio will be the hitter. Bonifacio trying to make the club as an extra man. He's having a good spring. He has 5 runs scored. He has 11 hits overall. Logan Moore asks for time. Line drive caught by Cesar Hernandez, and they double up Anthony Recker.
Smart hitting by Bonifacio, knowing the pitcher just walked a hitter. Go up there looking for that first pitch heater. He gets it. He just smokes it at Cesar, but quick release here by Cesar just to get it out of his glove and on to Tommy Joseph at first base for the double play.
Here's Rio Ruiz, who is 7 for 30 this spring, hitting .233. And it's 0-1 to him. Ruiz last year in 133 games in AAA hit .271 with 10 home runs. 1 ball and 1 strike. He is over from the Astros organization. Little tapper, and it's 1-2. I think he looks a little bit better here today. I know it's a limited amount of pitches because he's got 20 pitches in an inning and 2/3, but you know, he's had a couple of fastballs that have brushed past the strike zone, but for the most part he looks like his command is better today.
He does. You know, it's just a matter of time. I mean, most of the time at 9 out of 10 starts he's going to have that command.
It's the curveball over. Ruiz down looking for a strikeout for Eichhoff. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. On to the bottom of the second. Logan Moore will lead it off. Impact on the World Baseball Classic. Here's Jorge Alfaro against Fernando Rodney. How about this home run, which tied up the game against the Dominican Republic 3-3, and the reaction from his teammates, and even Jorge, was effervescent to say the least. Colombia wound up being eliminated from the World Baseball Classic, which meant that Alfaro could trek across the state back here to Clearwater, where he's back with his team, and now he's back down on the field with Greg Murphy.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Yeah, we were just watching your home run from the World Baseball Classic. First and foremost, welcome back. And it must have been a great experience playing for Colombia. Tell us a little bit about it.
Thank you. I mean, like, it was like, how you say, it's a great experience, you know. I mean, like, I learned a lot about my teammates and the other guys in the other team, you know. It's a really good experience for me.
What was that moment like when you hit the home run to tie the game against the Dominican?
Man, you can't describe that moment, you know, and just try to help the team, and that comes out. I couldn't believe it, you know what I mean? Like, it was like a dream come true, and then you just try to hold the team, and God give me that. I'm like, wow, like, I can really describe the moment, you know, like, how you feel and my emotion, all that.
Now you're back here, back to work with the Phillies, and you know, you obviously learned a lot while getting a chance to play for your country. What about here? What are you working on here as you work towards someday making this big league club?
I mean, I work here. I mean, I try to learn about everything, like defense, offense, like everything that I can learn here, and I can like get better in my game. I will do it. I never stop learning, and I always asking around about everything. Try to learn about like how to call the game, how to be patient, like find my pitch in the whenever I hit in, about everything, like, you know.
You come from a very athletic family. Your father was a professional soccer player in Colombia. Both your brother and yourself are baseball players, obviously. That has to, I guess, growing up with sports all around you. How did you end up with baseball instead of soccer, with Dad playing soccer?
I mean, like, my dad just want us to play any sport. Like, he don't matter like what sport it was. So he just always with us, like there for us. And I started playing soccer whenever I was a kid, you know. But I really love this sport, you know, like baseball and all that. And he always with me, like, back there, so.
And soccer is obviously huge in Colombia, but, you know, you're trying to put baseball on the map in Colombia, both with the World Baseball Classic and being here in the Bigs.
I mean, that's what we're trying to do, like, the Colombian team, like, show everybody that then we can play baseball, and we really, like, give 100%, like, our heart, like, everything in the field to get, like, that win, you know. Like, we don't gonna go just like go and play sport. We feel proud of what we do, and we really love this game, and that's what we try to show everybody.
Well, you certainly showed it down in Miami, and continued success here back in camp with the Phillies. Thanks for your time, Jorge. We appreciate it. Guys, we'll send it back upstairs to you.
All right, Murph. We're excited to see him eventually be in the big leagues at some point. Swing and a miss by Florimon, and Florimon strikes out after the bloop single by Logan Moore. So one out here in the second, and Freddie Galvis is coming up. That would be a great moment, though. You know, the World Baseball Classic does mean something different to other countries.
It does.
I mean, some think it's the greatest thing in the world. Some think, all right, well, it's just another baseball game. But just the emotion of watching even the Dominican Republic against the United States, and how exciting that was, even though the Dominican Republic came back and won the game.
It's so big to them. That's why a lot of the Latin ball players, they play winter ball. Even the big league guys.
Freddie Galvis takes outside.
Very prideful for these guys to go over there, represent their country, and as it is for the American squad. I watched the Canada versus USA game the other night, and what a lineup the USA has, by the way. Man.
A game which they had to win in order to advance. 2 balls and no strikes.
You know, guys, I was just talking to John McLaren, who is back from the World Baseball Classic. He was over there in Tokyo with the Chinese team, and he was talking about just how exciting it was to be just a part of it. He said this tournament is just absolutely outstanding and so much fun to be a part of. The timing, you know, maybe they have to tweak the timing, you know, happening right in the middle of spring training, he said. But other than that, getting a chance to compete, you know, in a different way than it is here in the big leagues for different countries all over the world, he said it was just an amazing experience.
Well, and there's so many people on Twitter now, I mean, as we all are, and Larry Anderson is, that even the reaction, Murph, look out.
I'm looking.
Even the reaction from the other players while the game was going on. You know, I was following Todd Frazier and how excited he was about everything. And then they also said, because there are teams that train just north of Miami, that other players were going to the games to watch the games. Mike Trout said today that he wants to play in the next one because it looked like so much fun. Off the end of the bat, that'll flare in the right field, a base hit. Moore stops at second. And the Phillies have runners on first and second with one man down.
Was Trout not good enough to play in this year's?
They told him that he was too good. He was barred. So they had to go with another player.
Nice at bat there by Freddie Galvis. Shot a couple balls down the left field line. The swings were good. He got out in front in that one just a hair, but kept his hands back. Still hit a good hard line drive to right field.
So the Phils have runners on first and second for the second consecutive inning, and now Tyler Goodell will be the batter. Tyler hit 2 for 16 so far this spring. Little tapper foul, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Outside, and 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good healthy cut just out in front of that slider. Blair throws a lot of fastballs, predominantly that big sinker, but mixes in some good off-speed pitches. The one to Florimon was good down in the dirt, back-footed it.
And a line drive base hit. It's a right center field. That's going to get past Bonifacio and go to the wall. Goodell runs well. 1 run is in. Here comes Galvis. He's going to score. And Goodell is going to head to third with a 2-run triple.
He's got that plane. When he catches pitches deep, he's going to hit it every bit as hard to right field as he does to left field. He catches it deep and just peppers a ball in the right center field gap. And you're right, with his speed, it's an easy triple for Tyler. A good-looking swing. That swing is on plane from the time he starts all the way through his extension. Very good-looking swing there.
And Bonifacio, who runs so well, just couldn't get to it to cut it off and hold Goodell to a double. The 2 runs would have scored. Here's Cesar Hernandez with the infield in. Cesar takes upstairs. I wonder if Pete will work on the suicide squeeze here.
Nah.
I was going to say, I got nothing from you.
Swing away.
Base hit up the middle, and the Phils lead it 3-0. And right after the fastball. And just like the first day, hit it right back to the box. This time, though, Aaron Blair did not put his hand out. And it's 3-0 Phillies on top, and Roman Quinn will be the hitter.
Exactly what you want to do with infield in. Stay up the middle.
Roman tried to bunt his way on his first time up.
I would expect Cesar to be off here, but I would not be surprised if Pete puts in maybe a little hit and run this at bat.
I think that the damage that these two guys could do if they ever played together, and they might at some point, but at the top of the order. And it could be reversed with Cesar batting second and Roman batting first. There goes Cesar. Pitches outside. No chance for Anthony Recker. And Cesar is safe at second base. Recker did a better job than I thought just getting rid of the baseball, because Cesar had a great jump.
He did have a good jump, and you're right, though. You get fast and faster at the top of the lineup. You see him get going here, and their acceleration. Cesar and Roman, obviously, they can get going quickly. Looks like it's a little wet out there on that infield.
A little bit. 3 balls and no strikes to Quinn with Daniel Nava on deck.
He didn't want to walk anyway.
Fly ball toward left field. Micah Johnson had him play perfectly, and there are 2 outs. And here comes Nava. Can he continue his hot hitting? Now hitting .500. By the way, Brock Stassi is in the on-deck circle for Tommy Joseph. Could just be precautionary after he got hit by the pitch the last time he was up. You hope it's just precautionary.
Yeah, it's the last thing you want. You know, they're thinking, so 3 weeks left of spring training. Let's get some ice on it, get some stem on it, see how it feels tomorrow.
Oh, 2 toward the outside part of the plate. Nava's probably sitting there thinking, hey, Blue, you see what I'm hitting? I'm seeing the ball really well right now.
Was that Matty? He yelled no on that pitch. I think it was Matthew Stairs down there.
Could have been. Well, he tried the outside corner again, and he ran it too far away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And Nava's done it from both sides of the plate, which you'd love to see.
Well, we talked about his versatility and why, if he hits, it could be effective to keep him, because he is a switch hitter. Off the end of the bat, flared to shortstop on 1 hop to d'Arnaud. And the Phillies settle for the 3 runs. They will take it. Tyler Goodell got the Phils on the board with an opposite field triple that drove in 2. Once it got through the gap, there was no question he was going to get to third, and the Phils were going to get a couple runs. We head to the third, 3-0 Phillies. He's leading 3-0 as Jared Eichhoff will go back to work. He's got a couple more innings to throw. Actually, the hope is he pitches 5 here this afternoon on a breezy day. Well, moments ago, Tommy Joseph was heading toward the clubhouse. And Murph, did you stop him and ask what was going on?
I didn't stop him. I did ask him what was going on. He obviously headed back to the clubhouse I'm sure to get looked at. I'm speculating there. I said, are you okay? And he said, he had a frustrated look on his face, but he said, yeah, I should be, is what he said. So, you know, we'll let him get looked at and checked out, and we'll check back in with him in a couple of minutes.
All right, Murph, you were using your golf announcer voice there for a moment.
Well, you know, it's a somber subject.
Wayne Mayor chops it foul, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
I prefer his first name, Balbino.
Oh, the great Balbino. Great Balbino is 5 for 16 this spring. I think the Braves are taking a little longer look at him because he did hit .342 with 9 home runs in winter ball. He's down on strikes with a big looping curve for Eichhoff. 1 out here in the 3rd.
Now the curveball, we know it's his out pitch. You know, going way out in front and swinging over the top.
Well, he's starting to throw a few more. At the last batter of the last inning with a breaking pitch.
If I were a pitcher and I had that, I'd get in trouble because I want to throw it all the time.
I would. How can I make it even better?
Yeah.
Micah Johnson outside, 1-0. Micah Johnson 7 for 34 so far this spring. He made it up to the Dodgers for 6 plate appearances last year. He was 1 for 6. He had decent numbers in AAA with 31 extra base hits. Fastball right down the chute. Back toward the middle under the glove of Eichhoff, and that'll be a base hit, the first hit of the afternoon for the Braves. Actually thought he might come up with that because he's such a good fielder. A runner at first. Adam Walker will be the batter. Walker last year hit .243 for Rochester, but overall hit 27 home runs.
The big man.
He had a walk-off yesterday for the Braves. He's already hit a couple home runs here in spring training. Got a curveball in there. Looked like the home plate umpire thought about it a little bit.
There were umpires. If I had a pitcher with a big overhand curveball, we had Joel Pinheiro in Seattle. Big overhand curveball. And a lot of umpires would give up on it. And sometimes I would tap the umpire before, tell him, hey, we got a hook coming, please, you know, wait on it, take a longer look if need be.
Do they mind that?
No, some guys actually ask for it. Or they'll ask me if I think it's good. Ben, you think that's a good pitch? Yeah, I do. I do think it was a good pitch.
All right, strike 3.
You know, but I don't want you giving up on it because it jumps out of someone's hand like a Barry Zito with a big overhand curveball like that. You think there's no way that ball can possibly come down. So sometimes I just let the umpires know, hey, we got a hook coming. Don't give up on it too early.
Foul tip, and it's 0-2.
Gentleman has an assortment of refreshments down there.
Sure does. Variety is the spice of life, then. Oh, he is out at first base. Quick feet from Jared Eichhoff, and Johnson was heading off the bag when the throw went over.
It was like he had eyes in the back of his head. He was leaning. We love having a left-handed first baseman down there. Just less of a distance to travel, and that's an easy call. First base umpire Eric Cooper.
Line drive toward left center field. He took that breaking pitch, and he's aboard for a base hit. 2-out single. Dario Saric led the Sixers to a big win versus the Lakers Sunday. Tonight he'll look to do it again against one of the NBA's best, the mighty Golden State Warriors. Coverage begins tonight at 10 over on CSN, or stream it live on csnphilly.com and your NBC Sports app. Thank goodness the Warriors got home. Tough stretch for them. Going to give all those guys off in San Antonio because they were tired.
I think Sarge will get Rookie of the Year.
I have to admit I haven't looked at it that clearly, but he certainly has the numbers, as that catch is made by Tyler Goodell as he's fighting the wind a little bit.
More importantly, do you think Sam Hinkie will ever get credit for drafting him?
No, I do not. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Phillies up 3-0. Baseball is brought to you by WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy rights. 3-0 Phillies on top as we move to the bottom half of the third inning. The 2-run triple by Tyler Goodell did the most damage, and the Phils then tacked on another one and a single by Cesar Hernandez. And Brock Stassi up for the first time. Stassi so far this spring hitting .407 with 4 home runs. That's a nice spring no matter how you cut it. He is second to Bryce Harper and the Blash kid from San Diego. They both have 5. He's tied with Cespedes with the 4 homers.
Ball he hit yesterday in Sarasota was a bomb.
Like that one? I mean, that ball is crushed to right center field. Peterson's going back. The wind will take it off the top of the wall. And Stassi will be on his way to third base. And he should get there sliding with a leadoff triple.
Different noise off his back. Oh, it had a chance. I mean, that's hit pretty much dead away, straight away center field. See how he gets that bat centered over his head. Creates such a plane. Matt Stairs told me that he tries to get to a way where he can get his bat as flat as possible through the zone. I think once he got to first base, he realized that it was going to be an easy triple for him.
Well, here's Nick Williams. Williams, his first time up, hit into a fielder's choice. They're playing the infield halfway. One ball and one strike to Williams. Green light here, maybe 3-0. Roman Quinn took on the 3-0 pitch earlier in the game.
Why not?
And ball 4. Williams draws a walk. And the Phillies will have runners on first and third with nobody out for Logan Moore. On Saturday, April 8th, the Phillies will celebrate McDonald's opening night. And fans who are 15 and older will get that McDonald's opening night t-shirt when they come see the Phils take on the Washington Nationals. Tickets can be purchased for any Phillies game by going to Phillies.com. First and third with nobody out. Over to third base, and they're coming home to get Brock Stassi. He's now caught in a rundown as Williams is going to try to get to third and does, but then slides past the bag. So a double play for the Braves. A very untraditional double play.
I guess you have them in for a reason. You don't want to concede that run, but that ball was hit very, very hard by Logan Moore. You know, it is only the third inning. I'm thinking I'm gonna go for the 5-4-3 double play.
And that's why the guy goes from third to home, though, isn't it?
Correct. That is exactly why, but it's good base running by Nick Williams. It's just a very poor slide.
So instead of the 5-4-3 double play, Ben, they go for the very traditional 5-2-5-1 double play. There are 2 outs for Pedro Florimon. Way upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes.
Would you agree with that? Would you go around the horn for double play? In that situation?
Well, you're down 3-0.
I know, but it's the third inning, and it's spring training game.
Well, if you're going to factor all that in there, then yes, but
then you could say, why do you have the infield in then?
Correct. See, that's why I would go. I mean, down 3-0, I would come home. I would. And then you think against the bottom of the order, you can maybe work out of it. But that's just my thought.
So you're saying on the next one, roll double play, try and get another ground ball.
You would hope, yeah. Okay. To the right side, and Albies will throw out Florimon. 4-3 on the putout. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left for the Phillies. We've completed 3. We'll head to the 4th. Spring training baseball is always live with the MLB.com at-bat mobile app. Stay connected all spring with radio broadcasts, video highlights, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat today. It's your #1 app for live baseball. The Fanatic was doing a little choreographing today before the ball game with some of the security guards. So we'll see what he has in store a little later on in the afternoon. Taking some photos. As Jared Eichhoff goes back to work here in the 4th inning. Facing Chase Darno, Jace Peterson, and Anthony Recker. And a pitch over. It's 0-1. Not a whole lot of everyday guys in the lineup today for the Braves. I mean, Darno, who's a bench player, an extra man. If he makes the team, he'll be that again. Foul ball past Ron Washington in the third base coach's box. There's Ron, former manager of the Texas Rangers. Took them to 2 World Series. Highly regarded as one of the best third base coaches in all of baseball for a long time.
An excellent infield instructor as well.
Anyway, the Braves will have their middle infield will be Dansby Swanson at shortstop and Brandon Phillips at second base. Today it's Chase Darno and Albies. And one day it could be Albies at second base, because they're kind of moving him over that way instead of having him play shortstop. And then Freddie Freeman should be back shortly from his jaunt in the World Baseball Classic with Team Canada at first base.
I'm wondering why Freddie Freeman's playing for Team Canada. Both his parents were born to our neighbor to the north.
Swing and a miss. He threw a fastball right on by him. He could not catch up to it.
Very awkward swing there.
I think he was thinking breaking ball.
I guess.
3 strikeouts for Eichhoff.
Straight emergency hack. And you can see that ball is in Logan Moore's mitt before he even starts to swing. Whoop. Been there.
That's why you're here.
Thanks, Tom.
There's Jace Peterson. Murph, what's going on with Tommy Joseph?
All right, we have an update for you. We're being told left hand contusion for Tommy Joseph day to day at this point. Obviously out of the game and being very cautious with him, but that certainly sounds like good news. Left hand contusion, nothing more serious than that, guys.
Brock Stassi taking his place, starts the 3-1 putout. Well, and as Ben said before, I guess you guys agree with this. I mean, get him out, get ice on it, do the treatment, and then hopefully he'll be back in the next couple of days.
Exactly.
This is what happened with Tommy Joseph in the first inning.
He's right off his hand. And that wrist guard there.
Murph, they're thinking that it did go off the wrist guard, right?
Well, I don't know, because I can't see from down here, to be honest with you. I didn't ask him that, but it obviously caught part of that left hand. If the result is a contusion.
Yeah. 1 ball and no strikes. I won't ask you any more tough questions today, Murph. I'm sorry.
It did make an awkward sound, though, when we listened to it live.
You're doing what my kids do. You're asking me questions I can't answer. And Ben did that to me yesterday.
It was a very funny bit today. Here's Cesar from the shortstop side. Recker's retired. 4-3 on the putout. Nothing across for the Braves. Jared Eichhoff has looked good so far through 4. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Phillies up 3-0. Well, back here at Spectrum Field as the Phils lead the Braves 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Phillies already with 3 runs on 6 base hits. The Braves with 2 hits so far. And Pete Mackanin, Phillies manager, has been nice enough to join us from down by the dugout. Pete, how's your view today?
Real good view. Got the best seat in the house.
It is the best seat in the house. Hey, Tommy Joseph just exited. Is that more of a precaution than anything else?
Yeah, you know, he's got a little blood blister on the heel of his hand. I don't think it hit bone, but we're going to have that checked out. But hopefully it's not going to be serious. It doesn't look like it, but you never know.
And Eichhoff looks really good today. 44 pitches through 4 innings. I mean, he looks like he's got command of his fastball today.
You know, and he's mixing his pitches real well, which he didn't do the last time out. So, you know, McClure talked to him and had him, you know, told him to mix it up a little bit better. The thing that really caught my eye is that when he picked that guy off, that's something special for him, because we've been working on that for about a year, a little bit more.
There's a pop-up on the third base side. Ruiz battling the wind, makes the catch. Well, we're showing the pickoff right now. He's such a good athlete that you would think that he'd be able to do this with relative ease.
Well, you know what, Mac, it's all about changing your tempo to the plate to upset hitters' timing. It's about holding runners. It has a lot to do with the fact that you know, you come set and throw over. You come set, you hold, you count to 4 or 5. It makes the runner a little bit jittery, which happened, and he could never get the hang of that, but he finally did it today, and our whole coaching staff got a big smile on their face.
Pete, I know we've really talked about the last remaining bench spots for you, but how hard a decision is this going to be? And these guys are really performing well.
I don't even want to think about it right now because there's so many guys doing a good job, and as we said, there's only 2 spots available, barring injury. Which hopefully won't happen, but there's so many guys doing well. Stassi, Coggin looks good. Nava, well, he was 5 for his last 5 until that last at bat. Swinging the bat, giving us professional bats the whole spring. You know, Altier's been doing a lot better. He's changed his approach. So there's so many things to think about and decisions to be made.
And you and I talked today, and I know you've discussed this with folks in the media, that Stassi is trying to make himself a little more versatile by playing a little outfield too, which has been helpful.
Well, we wanted to see him play the outfield because, you know, you look at him, he was the MVP of the Eastern League 2 years ago. He had a good year in AAA last year, went to Venezuela and tore it up over there. He's having another great spring like he did last year, so we're trying to figure out a way to get this guy to the big leagues, and versatility is important. He looks like a good defender and not quite as good at first, but he looks solid out there to me.
You talk about versatility, Pete. How big of an advantage is it for you to have a versatile lineup? You can put these guys anywhere in this lineup and still have production.
Without a doubt, you know, we've got some power, we've got some speed, we've got bad handlers, we've got the makeup of a real good lineup that where, you know, you'd like to have a lineup where you got more than one way to win a game. You can't, if you rely on big, strong power hitters on a given day that they're not swinging the bat well, you'd like to be able to fall back on maybe a little speed or a little hit and run action, squeeze here and there. So we've got a little bit of everything.
We're going to see, we're supposed to see Joaquin Benoit today. I know that we haven't seen him on the big field yet. I mean, are you excited to see him back in camp and see what he can do to help this bullpen?
Without a question, he's pitched 1 inning for us, and he looked like he was in midseason form. He's had a few issues, but now he's back, and we got to get him going.
We're also going to see Luis Garcia today. I know Bob's been working with that split. I mean, and is that going to be an important pitch, do you think, for him?
Very important. You know, his last outing, he showed us a nasty splitter, almost quite as good as Neris's. Now it boils down to the command of that pitch. If he can throw it for enough strikes, that could put him back on the map to where he becomes something special. And we're keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that he can do it.
All right, Pete, thanks for joining us this inning. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll talk to you again. Pete Mackanin, the manager of the Phils. We'll head to the top of the 5th with the Phillies up 3-0. He's leading 3-0, and Jared Eickhoff, who has 44 pitches so far, will head back to work. Now the first pitch is inside to Bonifacio, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Bonifacio lined out into a double play his first time up, and he bunts toward third. He's got great speed. Charging is Foreman, and he won't get him. It'll be a bunt base hit. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota's One for Everyone sales event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV.
What a weapon to have. Bunt base hit like that by Bonifacio. I don't see why you can't get 10 to 15 hits like that a year.
Yeah, even if the third baseman plays in a little bit, you can still drop it a few strides from him. He's been a pretty decent, versatile player during his career.
Foreman was in and should have just eaten the ball because Bonifacio was way past the bag.
So over to first base. It's interesting that Pete was saying that about Eickhoff, because I've always thought that he had quick feet.
He does.
But I guess there's different techniques that they've tried to get him to work on with that pickoff move.
Not only does that hold affect the runner, but it affects the hitter.
0-1.
You get used to a pitcher getting in the same cadence all the time, same routine. It's easy, you know when to get your foot down and when you're looking for the baseball. If you have a guy that's out there holding the ball, it throws you into, sometimes it just lulls you to sleep.
Way outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Ruiz. Ruiz struck out looking his first time up. One of 3 strikeouts for Eickhoff today. Here Pete say he's got a little better command of his fastball and mixing his pitches a bit more today. Two on that fastball. Good sign though that he's got 2 throws over to first that have been close against Bonifacio, who's got good wheels.
All the plays are close at first down there.
Swing and a miss. He went after a high fastball. That's 4 strikeouts for Eickhoff.
Moore wants it up, but I mean wants it down, but this ball ends up. So Ruiz goes down for the second time, first time looking, this time swinging.
So now Fenmayor, who struck out his first time up. I know this isn't the Braves lineup that they will see, come the regular season, but for Jared it was more about command, and his command has been better today.
Yes, it has.
Outside, 1-0.
I said that to you before the ball game. I said Jared needs a good outing today. He does. We know he's going to be fine, but just from a mental standpoint, to get back feeling good. 5 solid innings under your belt.
That was the hard-throwing Mauricio Cabrera warming up in the bullpen for the Braves. A little slider, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss. Nice thrown. Couple sliders, good sliders to the great Balbino here.
Good movement on this pitch. Late movement is what you want.
Do you come back now with a breaking pitch or a well-located fastball?
He had him so out in front his first at bat on that curveball.
And he comes back with a pitch that's off the glove of Logan Moore. You thinking slider that just didn't slide there?
I believe it was a fastball.
Well, it came in at 87. That's why it was kind of odd. It did look, you know, when you think about it, it did look like a fastball, but the velocity just wasn't right.
What you don't like about it is, you know, the pass ball now takes the double play out of play. Obviously, the great Balbino, not the fleetest of foot.
Swing and a miss. He got him with a curve. Second time today that he's gotten Fenway-Orr. And here's Micah Johnson.
Seen this pitch give hitters fits. Fenway-Orr just not close to that one. Very awkward swing there.
He tries now to get through this fifth inning to face Micah Johnson with Bonifacio at second base. I think Freddie was supposed to come go back behind second base, or at least get to second base to keep Bonifacio close. He just said something to Eichhoff about it being his bad. There he goes. You heard, I don't know if everybody can hear it at home. We can hear it, so I'm assuming that you can at home. But Larry Boa saying, step off, as loud as he can. Well, I don't know if it's as loud as you can. 2 balls and no strikes. Because I think he can be a little louder.
Larry ran the infield outfield practice today. They're doing some cutoffs and relays, and it's a very upbeat, energetic infield outfield. They don't spend a whole lot of time on it, but they do it properly.
Breaking pitch. A little slider.
Yeah. All the way back right here.
Out toward left field. .61 pitches for Jared Eichhoff, which is actually a very good number with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Over toward first base. That's a fair ball. Stassi has it, and Eichhoff is there to clean it up. 3-1 on the putout, no runs, a bunt hit, and 1 man left in scoring position. 5 solid innings for Eichhoff as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Sunday, April 9th, it's Cavity Busters Kids Opening Day at Citizens Bank Park. For all you kids 14 and under, tell your parents you want to come out to the ballpark, get that sweatshirt right there. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Very active day here at Spectrum Field. I mean, it is a sold-out ball game. Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. The Braves are about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on traffic, up I-4 from Orlando. They might be closer next year if they head toward the Sarasota area, which is the thought. Here's Mauricio Cabrera. This is his 6th spring game. This guy throws hard, and he'll face Roman Quinn to start it off. Last year he had a 2.82 ERA and 6 saves in 41 games. I think Roman was thinking fastball, and he got a breaking pitch and just had to get out of the way. Roman today is 0 for 2. He tried to bunt his way on his first time up, then flat out to left his second time. 1 ball or 2 balls and no strikes.
Nice play by Recker to save Junior Valentine back there. Could have gotten him worn out by that one. I don't think Larry Bowa liked that one either.
Well, I tend to think he's right on that one.
You think these guys aren't into every pitch?
Inside, 3-1. Taylor Featherston has come out in the on-deck circle to replace Daniel Nava. Back to the screen, 3-2. Seems like Jim Johnson is going to be the closer for the Braves, but Cabrera could do it. Vizcaíno is firing right now this spring. I mean, he could do it. We're going to see Ian Kroll today, the lefty out of the bullpen for the Braves. Outside, ball 4. Here's Featherston. All right, so the Braves are located at Lake Buena Vista, Ben, right?
You're right here.
And where are they going to go?
Well, Tom, they're going to go a little southwest. So they could go in this way.
There's an easier path.
They're probably going to take a more direct route, Tom, but maybe just below that Sarasota area.
Going to head to Northport, Florida.
Featherston the batter, and he takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. Featherston 1 for 11 so far this spring. Down and away, and it's 2-0. They're at 96 right now. Very short lead for Roman Quinn. Bob Stumpo manning the first base coach's box. Juan Samuel continues on with the Dominican Republic after they won their pool, going to San Diego with the United States. Upstairs, 3-0.
You can see he has the arm. That's for sure, but does he have the command? Like so many pitchers we've seen in spring training.
on the inside corner, 3-1.
And that's your run-of-the-mill 3-0, 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, I thought he had the command last year. I really did. And, you know, he pitched very well for them. Another throw over. 22 walks in 33 2/3. So you got to tighten that up a little bit in Double-A. And then he did kind of tighten it up in the big leagues with 19 walks and 38 1/3. There goes Roman Quinn. Pitches it through the hole on the right side, and Quinn will be on his way to third base. And Featherston, a base hit here in the 5th inning to put runners on first and third.
Nice piece of hitting there by Featherston. You get yourself into good counts, you're going to get good pitches. 3-1 count. Roman Quinn off and running, and he can walk into third base. Good short swing there by Featherston. Get a chance to score on that.
If it was bobbled even one time. And Brock Stassi, who tripled his only time up, raises his average to 429. 0-1. All right, so now at bottom of the 5th inning, nobody out. You're up 3-0, and if you're Stassi, just to try to convince folks that I can do it off the bench. I mean, are you trying to lift something here?
Well, you look for a pitch up first and foremost. Get a ball in the air to score Roman Quinn. The advantage you have is you have Roman Quinn at third base.
That's not the ball in the air.
No. So it doesn't have to be as deep. Obviously a bit deeper than that one.
A little bit. One out now for Nick Williams. Williams walked his last time up. Fielder's choice his first time.
I'd say that's a big swing there by Nick Williams. I don't mind it. Go up there, take a good aggressive hack. If you miss it, who cares? It's 0-1. You still have 2 to work with.
And you're probably going to get a fastball again.
Yeah.
That one was at 98 in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Does not look like he'd be a joy to catch. Looks like we're going to see a changeup here.
Runs inside.
It was.
Changeup at 90 miles an hour.
See Cabrera there, just 23 years of age. What a baby face. He looks young, doesn't he?
He does. He began his professional career at the age of 17 with the Braves in the Dominican Summer League. Off to the left, out of play. Nick Williams not only hit the ball well yesterday, but how about this catch that he made in yesterday's ball game?
Murph was on the call yesterday. This is just off the bat of Logan Schaefer. Not only does he get back there, he goes over the wall and catches it. Logan Schaefer was in disbelief, but what makes that catch so good is the fact that Nick is left-handed, so he had to reach across his body, then over the wall. It's a heck of a play.
Outside, 3-2. 99. In the third week of spring training. Well, actually, we're getting close to the fourth week of spring training since it started earlier. Logan Moore on deck. Roman Quinn at third. And Featherston over at first. Runner goes from first. Pitches off the glove of the catcher Recker, and Roman Quinn will speed home. And over to third base goes Featherston, and he'll be safe there. It's ball 4 for Williams. And the Phillies lead it 4-0.
You heard Larry. I think Roman Quinn kind of got a little bit of a lecture there by Larry and Pete. And hey, you got to be ready. You got to be bouncing off the third base bag. You heard Larry yelling, "Go, go, go!" I don't think Larry thinks that Roman was aggressive enough with his secondary lead. You see Roman here, he just kind of like retreating back towards third base, and Larry's saying, "Go, go, go!"
I have to admit, I wasn't sure if the ball hit Nick Williams or not.
Right.
Really, because Recker really didn't react to it.
No, he didn't, and I think he just assumed that Roman Quinn's going to score easily, but he went after that baseball very nonchalantly, and that enabled Featherston to get to third base.
So first and third with one man down, and here is Logan Moore, and Moore hits it out toward left field. Featherston will tag. Micah Johnson is under it. The throw to the plate is not in time. It just died as it hit the grass, and Featherston scores. A sac fly for Logan Moore. 5-0.
You're gonna love that if you're Logan Moore. Good piece of hitting there, realizing the situation, and I put that run on record. I really do. You got to go after that baseball. It gets by you. Go get it as fast as you can.
Right, because as you alluded to, you still had another base runner.
Yeah. And the Phillies, it's nice to see the Phillies capitalize on that.
Here's Florimon. Florimon 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded out.
What exactly he's looking down at Mickey for. Down at third base, 1-2, 2 outs.
Fly ball short left. Johnson on the run toward the line. He dives and he made the catch. What a play, and hopefully he's not hurt. The ball rolls out of his glove and he's holding his wrist because it bent back or bent in. And that is a dangerous play, but a fantastic play by Micah Johnson.
You are not going to find a better play. We just saw Nick Williams scale the wall yesterday, but Johnson comes in here and rolls it and then rolls on top of it again.
Yeah, it's kind of like Aaron Altair last year.
Boy, that is a heck of a play. I didn't think he was going to get there, but Micah Johnson comes in, makes a heck of a play. We're on to the top of the 6th.
Liberty Mutual stood with us when a
Eichhoff today put together his best spring performance so far. 5 scoreless innings, and he was really effective with all of his pitches.
Exactly right, Tom. All 4 pitches were good for him today. Big curveball, always kind of there for him. Very good at guys out in front. The pickoff play, which Pete alluded to, he does something they've been trying to get him to do for a year and a half. Ends up with 4 strikeouts. Fools d'Arnaud there, able to do everything today. He was really on top of his game. He needed that. The Phils needed that. Nice to see.
Well, take a look at our game summary. He allowed 3 hits and finished off with 5 strikeouts. His day is done. And the Phillies fueled by a 2-run triple by Tyler Goodell. And Eichhoff is going to go back out to the bullpen, which we haven't seen it all this spring. And he's going to throw a little bit more. He's got to give everybody else a chance to pitch now as we go to the 6th inning, but he's have to build his pitch count up a little bit. There's Brian Holiday, who takes over behind the plate. And Joaquin Benoit is the new pitcher for the Phils as we begin the 6th inning. And Adam Walker hits one foul deep down the right field line. Walker singled his first time up. See Benoit, he's pitched in 1 spring game. Well, he signed him this past off season. And that got a piece of Walker, so he is aboard. Sounded like he got more of a piece of Brian Holiday than anything.
Second baseman, Ozzie.
It definitely deflected off of Walker and got Brian. Fastball that runs in on Walker. It's that back right elbow and glances off a Holiday.
So now Albies, the leadoff hitter. He's grounded out. And he's also flied out to left field. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Fly ball down the left field line. And 1 ball, 1 strike. Another one down the left field line. 2 good airs for everyone.
No hitters, they all have different things that make them tick, but take a look at Ozzie Albies here. Gets a pretty good pitch to hit, and that's why I'm not a big proponent of the big leg kick. His is very big, very exaggerated. And that was a perfect situation there where he didn't have his foot down on time and was subsequently late. And we see Odubel do it. His is very exaggerated, but he's able to get back to getting his foot down and on time.
Upstairs, 93 miles an hour.
Again, I think he would have been late.
Benoit signed a deal this past offseason, 1-year deal. He has closed before. A little high with that offering. .743 2/3 innings, which is 5th most among active pitchers. He's been dealing with an infection in the back of his neck that limited his time in spring training. And 3 balls and 2 strikes to Albies. Phillies are also scheduled to have Genmar Gomez throw today and Luis Garcia. Runner goes, pitch is whacked foul toward the Braves dugout.
Steady diet of fastballs here.
And I think part of it is because he hasn't worked all that much. You know, maybe that's, you know, a way for him to build up his arm strength. There's Ian Kroll. Runner goes again. Pitch is inside, and that'll be ball 4. The throw was in time from Holiday, so that puts runners on first and second. Well, if you have a group of 25 or more, the Phillies have the opportunity to bring that group and many more to the ballpark. Take advantage of special group opportunities, including discounts, theme nights, and party areas. Special fundraising opportunities are available as well. It's a great way to raise funds and awareness. For more information, go to Phillies.com/group tickets. So runners on first and second here in the top of the 6th inning. Chase Darno, who is 0 for 2. He's flied out to right. He's also struck out. And he takes a strike, 0-1. All right, something other than the fastball there from Benoit.
Yeah. Sixteenth season in the big leagues for Joaquin.
Fly ball, shallow center field. Roman Quinn comes running in. He didn't see it right away, but he's there. And 1 out for Jace Peterson.
Center fielder, Jace Peterson.
Peterson is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. 5-0 Phillies. I wonder if Darno, in a different situation, might have sacrificed there to put 2 runners in scoring position for the number 3 hitter. Maybe if it was a different number 3 hitter. Nothing against Jace Peterson.
Possibly. Although 5-0.
Try to get a bigger inning.
Yeah, just, you know, keep that train moving. Last thing you can do is pop a ball up, and you have first and second with 1 out. Double play, you're out of it.
Luis Garcia warming up. John McLaren, you see next to him, is back, as Murph mentioned before. Managing the China team. Swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Max said today he's just about over his jet lag, which was, so it was a 14-hour difference from where he was. Oof. And you see Mac.
So the crowds were something, though.
Nice play.
Yeah, Holiday smothers it. 2 balls and 1 strike.
He's able to really square off his shoulders and come around it, so he redirects the baseball back towards home plate. Excellent job here. See how he turns? So he's going to angle his shoulders towards the third base bag to corral that baseball and keep it in front. If you just go laterally, sometimes that ball will deflect and go to your east or west.
Threw something off speed, and it's now 2-2. Just a bit out front. Tried it again, try to get the outside part of the plate.
I would doubt the runners would be off here, as you do have a lefty up. A clear throwing lane towards third base should Peterson strike out.
Oh, man. He is hit by a pitch, and that'll load up the bases. It's the second batter he's hit. So 2 hit batters and a walk. Bob McClure is on the walkie-talkie. Out to John McLaren.
3-2 pitch, and he just yanks it. See Benoit a bit rusty here in the top of the 6th.
Recker swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Recker has walked and he's also grounded out. 1 man down here in the top half of the 6th inning. Fly ball, shallow right center field. Hernandez backing up. Infield fly rule is now called. The batter's automatically out, and the bases remain loaded. Base runners can advance if they choose. It would not be wise. Second base umpire Ronnie Teague looked over toward the first base umpire DJ Rayburn before the call was made. And it doesn't have to obviously be on the infield, as we saw several years ago when the Braves were in the postseason. Here's Emilio Bonifacio, and it's 1 for 2.
Was it 2 years ago, opening day, the ball that Darren Ruff hit to left field against the Red Sox? Was it an opening?
It was 2 years ago. Yeah,
2 years ago.
Clay Buchholz was pitching for the Red Sox.
Yep.
0-1 to Bonifacio. Another fastball, another strike, 0-2. Boy, he still has a good velocity, 95 on that last one. Got him. 3 straight fastballs, climbed the ladder on that one. And Benoit works himself into and out of a jam.
Just trying to get some work in, Tom. Trying to get some more pitches. We're going to the bottom of the 6th.
franchise history to win an NBA title as both a player and then a coach. Mark Zumoff sits down with Sixers legend Billy Cunningham, or Bill as he likes to be known now. Download the Zoo's Views podcast at csnphilly.com. It is a great interview. Colin Walsh is the new left fielder for the Atlanta Braves. He's listed as an infielder, but he slides over to the outfields. Freddie Galvis will lead it off against Ian Kroll as we start the bottom of the 6th inning, and he pops it up. Lolly, the first baseman, he's in for the first time. We'll watch it go into the crowd. Somebody made a nice catch. There is Blake Lolly, who is the new first baseman. And it's no balls and 1 strike. New third baseman is Emilio Bonifacio, so he moves from his spot in right field. No balls and 1 strike to Galvis. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The new right fielder is Ronald Acuna. Getting himself all stretched out and ready to go. We took a peek at the shortstop, Sean Kazmar, who took over there. There he is, dusting off the left side of the infield. Here's Ian Kroll's numbers this spring. His 5th game. 6.75 ERA. Upstairs, 2-2. Galvis today is 1 for 2. He singled his first time up. A chance to bat right-handed against the lefty Ian Kroll. He fouls it at home plate, and it remains 1-2. I wonder if Freddie's going to have the day off tomorrow. He's playing now into the 6th inning. His numbers last year against lefties, .215. It's kind of surprising to see his numbers against left-handers be that low. But most of his home runs until the second half of the season came from the left side of the plate.
Correct. I would think he'd be in there tomorrow.
Think so?
He was off yesterday, and
inside, 3-2. I gotta think about it. I saw the lineup too.
when you get older, you tend to forget things, Tom.
Ball 4. So Freddie will draw a walk as we begin the 6th inning. And Tyler Goodell, who tripled home 2 runs his first time up, will be the hitter. Freddie wrapping up that hand. He's been doing that the last couple of years. I do believe an Osprey has gotten a little loose in this crowd and now is off to its perch. I don't know what he did, but he did something. Ball and no strikes to Goodell. And a foul ball, and it's 1-1. Well, there he goes. What he did apparently is thought to be very lucky in some necks of the woods.
Yeah. You got to go. You got to go, Tom.
Oh, maybe he stole some food from somebody. Nope. Down and away on the outside corner. 1-2.
The one we had the last game was it Sunday afternoon. He's probably just finishing up that fish he got. That was a
big fish.
That's a big one.
I had one outside my apartment today, right on the balcony.
Oh yeah.
Took a photo of it. It is a gigantic feathered friend.
The fish eagle, Tom.
Goodell strikes out for the second time. Is that real?
Yeah. Called a fish eagle.
Well, here's Cesar Hernandez. Cesar hits it back toward the middle. And it might be two. They're going to have to hurry, and they do. So Hernandez grounds into a 6-4-3 double play, and the side is retired. We have completed 6. You can see why they like Albies' quick release to help Kroll get out of the bottom of the 6th inning.
Welcome back to Phillies baseball. Phillies on top of the Braves, 5-0 here as we go to the top of the 7th. Recently had Greg Murphy got a chance to catch up with Zach Eflin, who's feeling very good. Murph, what do you got?
Absolutely. Thank you, Ben. And yeah, our first chance to chat with Zach this time this year. We haven't got a chance to talk. Yeah, I've talked to you, but we haven't talked to you on camera. So tell folks how you're feeling, because you had obviously you had a very eventful end of last season and off season as you worked on getting those knees back to 100%.
Yeah, I feel great. Just working every day in rehab and trying to get back 100%. It's a work in progress, but I'm getting there, and I'm really excited to see what I can do.
Talk a little bit about what the process was, because you had 2 different surgeries on both of your knees, and that sounds very daunting. But in talking with you last year after the first one, you had such a positive attitude towards it, and I know you were excited because you were feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it's an exciting time, man. I couldn't remember a time where I felt healthy, kind of on the mound. I've kind of been going through it since I was about 11 or 12. So I was always able to deal with it, but it's exciting to know that they're going to be fixed and going to be able to come back healthy and feel good out there.
All right, so for those of us who have never pitched in a big league game or at a big league level, what will that allow you to do? I mean, obviously the legs are an important part of what you do. So, when you think about, wow, I'm going to be able to do what now?
I'm going to be able to use my legs more, work the slope on the mound, get a lot more behind my pitches. Hopefully my off speed gets a little better. So basically just going down the slope and, you know, going through the glove.
Was it difficult when you first got back out there? Was it something that you needed to put, you know, out of your mind when you're coming back from injury? You hear that a lot with athletes, that, you know, part of it is upstairs.
Absolutely. I think the hardest part was, you know, kind of relearning how to use my legs and working down the slope and actually using the mound and using my legs. I've never really been able to do that, so it's a work in progress, like I said, but it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really excited.
Okay, enough health talk. Let's talk a little bit about what you were able to accomplish last year. You make your major league debut, you come up, and you have some success at this level. So how do you build on that, you know, health aside, when you get back out on the mound and you feel 100%? How do you build on what you were able to do last year?
Really just keep the same mindset. I'm a strike thrower, continue to do that. Work on my sequencing, study the hitters, you know, kind of all that stuff, and really just work hard every day.
Did anything surprise you when you arrived in the big leagues? Anything that you maybe didn't expect that you learned very quickly to expect?
I really learned that it's the same game as the minor leagues. You know, I think a lot of the times you go up there and think it's going to be different, but it really wasn't. Obviously, the hitters are a lot more patient. They're a lot better. They're going to hit their pitches. But at the end of the day, it's the same game. You really got to execute your pitches just like you do in the minor leagues.
We talked, you know, so many young guys, young arms on this team, and I know you all pull for one another. You compete against one another in a friendly competition to do well. Jared obviously looked very good out there today. In terms of these young guys, everything going well? You like what you're seeing from your teammates?
Absolutely. We have a great group of guys, and we all get along very well. And it's really cool to, you know, kind of talk to everybody and how you know, attack hitters and in the game sequence and, you know, how you study guys. And I think that's a huge thing. I think we have a really good foundation here, and kind of just keep on building on it.
All right, Zach, we appreciate your time. We look forward to getting you back out there on the mound. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you very much as Luis Garcia finishes off the 3-1 putout to get Blake Lally. And there are 2 outs. Cesar Hernandez, by the way, has moved from second base to shortstop, and Yesmuel Valentin is now at second base for the Phillies. Cesar's natural position is shortstop. So getting some work there. Freddie Galvis's day is done. See Garcia's numbers, 5 games coming in, 0-1 with a 7.94 earned run average and 5 2/3. Working on a split, which he's hoping will enable him to have better commands. He's also got a new setup, as you can see on the mound. Delivers a fastball at 96. The velocity of that is still the same, but it's just trying not to walk as many guys as he did in last year's game. Just a bit outside, 2-0.
There it was there. 85 miles an hour. At the worst, it's going to act as a changeup. At the very worst.
Over to shortstop, and Cesar has it around the bag. An easy inning for Luis Garcia. 1-2-3, go the Braves. We are getting ready to stretch here at Spectrum Field. The Phillies on top, 5-0. $50 is all part of the Phillies Spring Pass. Get access to every Phillies regular season home game in the month of April, excluding opening day April 7th. Tickets are delivered digitally to your mobile device via MLB.com ballpark app. Seating locations will vary game to game. For all the details, see Phillies.com/Spring Pass. 5-0 Phillies. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Couple changes for the Braves, including the starting pitcher Jose Ramirez in his 6th spring training game. He's 0-1 with a 4.76 earned run average. Travis Demeritte is the new second baseman. And the catcher is Jonathan Morales for the Braves as Roman Quinn takes a strike. It's 0-1. There is Jonathan. Roman is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Outside, 2-1. It'll be Roman, then Taylor Featherston and Brock Stassi, 2, 3, and 4 for the Phils here in the home 7th inning, trying to finish off win number 9 on the spring. Off the end of the bat, that's going to be a base hit. Demerite's going to have no chance to throw out Roman Quinn. An infield hit, and the Phils have the leadoff batter aboard here in the 5th inning.
Designated hitter Taylor Featherston.
Did a nice job getting to that baseball.
He did, and I used to love those hits. I'd be running to first base thinking there's just no way they're going to get me.
Did it happen all the time like Roman Quinn?
Yeah, my dreams. He is just, it really is fun to watch him run. And gets a 2-2 count, was able to just get some lumber on it. And when you have those kind of wheels, get it on the ground somewhere. Good things will happen.
Featherston fouls it off to the right side. Little toss over to first, and Roman Quinn is back easily. Ramirez guns that one at 95 miles an hour across his body, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Out in front.
Good slider there. Very good slider.
Ramirez will most likely be part of this bullpen for the Braves. They have some hard throwers. Fly ball left field. Sounds like he may have broken his bat on that fly ball.
Just a Harry out in front. That one was a good one to hit. Doubled up on that slider, but just hung it. But the speed is what got Featherston, not the location.
Well, here's Brock Stassi in his first at bat. He replaced Tommy Joseph. He tripled off the wall in right center field.
Good finish. Thinks maybe he could have gotten it there, but gets it off that wall and scampers into third base easily.
The way the wind is blowing out toward right center field, I thought that it was going to have a chance to get out also. He's also popped out to first. A high fly ball to deep right field. Forget about that one. Brock Stassi's gone yard again. His 5th of the spring, a 2-run shot. The Phillies now lead it 7-0.
Baseball must look like a beach ball right now. Just not getting fooled on anything. He is on time with everything. I mean, he's getting to the baseball so easily. There's no extra effort. It's such a fluid swing. Watch how he gets the center. This bat is so flat through the zone, and then he gets up and out. He is just, it is just a thing of beauty right now. That's what I talk about. He wants to get that, Matt always says, he wants to get his bat as flat as possible, as soon as possible.
That ball went out of the ballpark. It's not even a souvenir for anyone. 4-3 on the putout, and there are 2 outs here in the 7th inning. 5 home runs that now ties the high water mark for spring training.
Nice hard hit ball there by Nick Williams.
Yeah, Williams is really nothing to show for his 4 ABs, a walk and a hit batter, but the 2 balls that he did put in play, he hit hard, both ground outs. And here's Brian Holiday. Holiday up for the first time, and he takes at the knees 0-1. Holiday battling for one of the backup catching positions. And we say one of them because there might be 2. One ball and 1 strike.
Can't help but think about the old adage, when opportunity knocks, be home. I mean, Brock has really answered that call thus far.
How much do you think it's helped that he's been around the last couple of years just to see what it's like here? I mean, is there a point where he just says, you know what, I'm not going to think about it anymore. I'm just going to go for what, I'm just going to go for it.
I think it helps tremendously. I think what he did in Winter League helps tremendously and got him into a very good mindset. He had a good year last year. But what he did in winter ball, I think, really has helped carry him over here in spring training.
Oh, 2. Another 95-mile-an-hour fastball to Florimon. Raring back and firing fastballs here. one after another. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Florimon. Mark Gomez loosening up in the bullpen. Also scheduled to see Joely Rodriguez at some point today. I guess if Genmar's pitching the 8th, then Rodriguez is going to pitch the 9th inning. Runner goes from first, and the pitch outside, ball 4. Runners on first and second, and here is Yesmuel Valentin. Murphy, got more on Tommy Joseph?
Yeah, just an update. Talked to Tommy Joseph in the clubhouse, and you know, he confirmed left-hand contusion. Said he got hit. It almost pinched the ball. Almost pinched his hand between the bat and the ball. He says he has a pretty cool blood blister working right now. His hand is all wrapped up. He said you can also see the seams, but the good news is X-rays done here at the ballpark and nothing broken. So really, just day to day, he does have it all wrapped up now. He's going to go through the treatments, but doesn't expect to be out too long with that left hand contusion.
All right, thank you, Murph. Appreciate that.
My right hand. So confused.
We would have never known.
They didn't pop the blister, Murph?
You're asking me questions I can't answer.
Are you his kids again?
I just didn't know if you know, maybe want to get that, drain some of that blood out of it.
It didn't sound like that.
Okay.
But we'll find out.
All things, Murph, that you can write down for a later report.
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah. How's Jim Salisbury doing down there? He looks like he's enjoying the game.
He's enjoying the game. He's doing well. Say hi, Jim.
Yes, you're on, Jim.
Yes. Dougie Fresh. Yes, you are.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Paul Scribe, Jim Salisbury.
Hola.
You lost me.
Is Jim taking these Spanish classes with you and Scott Fransky?
He is not, but maybe he should. Come take Spanish classes with Scott Fransky and myself. You seem to be ahead of the game.
How many pairs of glasses does he have?
Very good.
That ball is pulled toward right field, and it is off the wall. 1 run is in. And they'll hold Florimon over at third. An RBI double for Valentin. 3 runs are in here in the 7th inning. And the Phillies are on top now, 8-0.
I think you would have seen Florimon score here, but Valentin just hits it too hard. Peppers it off the right field wall. Easy double. And Holiday scores easily.
And now Tyler Goodell will get his 4th at-bat of the day. He's 1 for 3 as Brian Holiday will catch his breath. There's Florimon taking his lead off third base. And Valentin off second. And a fastball on the outer edge, and it's 0-1. That's been a good day today for the Phillies offensively. 8 runs on 10 base hits. Over 2.
Four extra base hits is what I have thus far. Actually 5 extra base hits. Forget about the other triple that Stassi had.
Yeah, Brock's had a good day taking over for Tommy Joseph. Over toward the hole, and knocked down. A run is in. If Goodell can beat it, he does. It's knocked off the glove of the first baseman. Valentin's coming home, and he is out at home plate. Now the Phillies aggressive on the base paths, get an extra run. Valentin then thrown out trying to score from second base. How about Brock Stassi? Boy, he got into this one. Deep to right field, out of the ballpark entirely. His second extra base hit of the day. It's 9-0 Phillies on top. great opening weekend of games slated for Citizens Bank Park. It starts on Friday, April 7th, when they take on the Nationals. That's Nemours Nemours opening day. And then on Sunday the 9th, it's Cavity Busters Kids opening day. See that sweatshirt right there? That's going to be given out. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. 9-0 Phillies on top. Jenmar Gomez enters the game. This will be his 5th game this spring. And he will face Lane Adams to start things off. Well, Jenmar really has been comfortable so far this spring. Not a whole lot more that he has to work on except his command, and he's been in command during the course of this spring.
Yes, he has. And the Phillies pitchers have been in command today. Just 3 hits. They have issued 2 walks and 2 hit batters, but the 2 hit batsmen were both by Joaquin Benoit. But they have been really sharp today.
Demerit is on deck for the Braves here at the top of the 8th inning. A righty and a lefty warming up for Atlanta. In the dirt. Lane Adams last year moved around between the Yankees and the Cubs on 4 different levels. AA for both and then AAA for both. He finished with a .266 batting average and 10 home runs. Originally, for a long time, he was the property of the Kansas City Royals. Opposite way, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Adams. Formerly a 13th round selection by the Royals in 2009. Actually made it to the big leagues in 2014. He had 6 games and 3 plate appearances. And a strike 3 called. Jenmar able to pick up the first out here in the 8th inning. It's 8 strikeouts now for the Phillies pitchers.
Hey, take a look at this pitch here. Just see where Holiday sets up. Just a 2-seamer, runs back over the outside part of the plate.
Here's Travis Demerit, who is hitting 167 this spring. 22-year-old, former first-round pick of the Texas Rangers.
A curveball right there by Jenmar. Usually you don't see that out of him. Usually fastball, slider, changeup.
Fly ball left field. Tyler Goodell going back. So is Roman Quinn, and it's going to blow over toward Quinn, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Shortstop, Sean.
8 pitches so far.
On a different day, you might have seen a different result there,
Maybe.
but Jenmar will take it.
So Sean Kazmar is now the hitter. Last year at Gwinnett at 263. This guy actually made it to the big leagues back in 2008 for 19 games with the Padres. And has not been back since. 205 average that year. Talk about sticking around. 32 years old. In his major league debut when he was 24. 1 ball and 1 strike.
The ball's coming out of his hand nicely.
I think he just got tired toward the end of last year.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. He and Hector both. Hector Neris, his ERA was way below 2, and you know, you get tired, you start to elevate pitches. That's the bottom line, and those elevated pitches do not get missed in the big leagues.
Save leaders for the Phillies, and he had 37 last year. Puts him in the top 8 for the Phils. One two is again hit foul off the third base side. There's Joely Rodriguez. Looks like he'll pitch the 9th inning. Kazmar has spent the last 4 years in AAA with the Braves. He has been with the Padres. That's where he spent most of his career. Seattle, the Mets, and Atlanta. Over to shortstop. Cesar Hernandez looking comfortable. Inning is over. 1-2-3. Good inning for Genmar Gomez. Braves go down in order. We have played 7.5 on to the bottom of the 8th, and the Phillies lead it 9-0. Thursday on CSN, the Flyers head up 195 to tangle with their Metro Division rivals, the New Jersey Devils. Flyers versus Devils. Coverage begins Thursday night at 6:30 over on CSN. In front of a TV, stream the game live online at csnphilly.com or on the NBC Sports app. Whoop, she's going down. It was a comfortable fall, though. He's going to be dizzy.
Take a nap when they get home, Tom.
Some Don Brown fans out there. Akil Morris is the new pitcher for the Braves. And he's facing Cesar Hernandez here. Morris, 2 games so far. Morris spent last year between the Mets and the Braves. The Braves sent him to the Arizona Fall League. Two balls and 1 strike to Cesar. Upstairs, 3-1. Cesar today is 1 for 4. He had an RBI single back in the second.
He's also hit into a double play, which you very rarely see out of Cesar because of his speed.
And he got tied up on that, a little indecisive, and he's down on strikes.
Center fielder, Roman Quinn.
And now Roman Quinn. Morris is looking to get back up to the big leagues. He's done something that not many others have done, and that is to get to the major leagues. But he pitched in 1 game for the Mets in 2015. He won 2/3 of an inning. And he allowed 5 runs on 3 hits, a home run and 3 walks. So he's hoping for another opportunity because he's got the, the nerves are done. He's cleared that hurdle.
Well, that first pitch to Roman actually got a smile out of Roman. There's a Bugs Bunny changeup at 73 miles an hour.
And then he comes back with a 91-mile-an-hour heater. And another off-speed pitch at 73. Caleb Dirks is the righty closest to you, and then David Hale is number 97. Out toward left field. That may drop in. It does for a base hit. And Roman around first. He'll hold up there.
Well done.
Roman now with 2 hits this afternoon. He's been on base 3 times. And here's Taylor Featherston. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Keel Morris is one of 3 players in the history of Major League Baseball to make it to the big leagues from the Virgin Islands. Jabari Blash, who we mentioned before, played in 38 games last year and had 3 home runs for the San Diego Padres. And then the other one was Al McBean, who played for 10 years. Al McBean. 3-1. Al McBean played from 1961 to 1970. And he played mostly for the Pirates. And ball 4. That put runners on first and second with 1 out.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, so Brock Stassi today has a triple and a home run. Upstairs, 2-0.
And that's how it goes when you're going well. You always seem to find yourself in a good hitter's count. Brock with another 2-0 count. See what he can do with it.
2-2. Stassi's average at .433 with 5 home runs and 15 runs batted in. And he pulls that one off the tarp, fortunately. Pete was right, though. Pete, mentioned how good of a defensive first baseman he is, and he's very good. And he actually said that he's turned himself into a pretty good outfielder at this point. I mean, he's got a lot of work to do. But he was obviously embracing the chance to go to the outfield and show his versatility.
Any which way you can make a team.
And he's down on strikes. Second strikeout. And they're 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Nick Williams is coming up. Williams has played all day. He's walked once. He's been hit by a pitch. He's grounded out twice. Both ground outs, though, he hit hard. Back to the screen.
Another good swing there by Nick. Now, with the 37 games that the Phillies have in spring training, I don't remember a spring training where some of the, a lot of the younger guys are going to be going to minor league destinations, but these guys are really getting a great opportunity to play and play a lot.
And because of the length of it.
Correct. I mean, these guys are not only starting ball games, they're not just 7th inning replacements. These guys are starting ball games and playing all 9 and getting at bats.
Well, they are taking advantage of it. That's one of the hardest things to do for a younger player. Fly ball down the left field line. Wow. Oh, nice catch. That is a fantastic grab. Walsh came sliding in, and at the last moment, because the wind was bringing it back, he was able to pull it off the top of the dirt. An outstanding defensive play, and that means only one thing. It's on to the 9th for Joely Rodriguez. Top of the 9th inning, the Phillies are on top 9-0. That's an impressive line score. Well, the folks back in the Delaware Valley are going to look at that blanket covering those patrons and wonder, really? It's a little chillier back home right now. Here's Joely Rodriguez in his 5th game. 1.93 earned run average.
He's been very, very good this spring.
as the Phillies look for possibly a lefty out of the pen that they can use not only in situations, but even in, for an inning or two.
Joely, the one thing he has is the ability to get both righties and lefties out. So it's not like you just have to throw him out there against a lefty, and then as soon as a righty comes in, Pete has to go get him and bring in another reliever.
Jace Peterson leads it off. 0 for 2 today with a hit batter. He was also hit by a pitch, and he takes a fastball that runs in 1-0. It'll be Jace Peterson, then Morales. Over to second base, Valentin. Ooh, gets to it nicely. Throws to first. Dug out by Stassi. And they say that Jace Peterson beat it out.
Nice play on both ends there. A good pitch by Joely Rodriguez to get this pitch in on Peterson. And it's kind of a tricky hop there for Yasmuel. And he goes and gets it and gets a lot more on that throw than I thought he was going to be able to. And he gets down the line. It's one thing to play first base, but the footwork right there for Brock Stassi was excellent. He waited to see which way or which direction that ball was going to take him. He ended up getting his left foot on the bag to get the farthest outreach with his first baseman's mitt. Great footwork there.
Well, now Jonathan Morales will be the hitter. Inside, and it's 2-0.
Some first basemen, they just get on the bag. See how far he can get out there? And he's on the farthest corner of the bag, and he was out.
Yeah, if we had replay in spring training, they would review that. I think he'd be out.
But a lot of first basemen just go over, they plant their foot on a bag, and they try and stretch that way. Well, no, you can gain more ground and cut down that distance if you know it's going to be a bang-bang play.
Morales last year with Rome had 4 home runs. Played a little bit of winter ball in Puerto Rico this past offseason. It's that one off the glove of Rodriguez, and everybody will be safe. 2 infield hits for the Braves
on 2 balls, not hit particularly hard.
No, and unfortunately, Rodriguez, if he would have caught it, great. If he had let it go, might have been able to turn 2, at least getting the lead runner.
Knee-jerk reaction is go get the baseball, but I mean, he really saws Morales off, and it definitely would have been a double play.
Bonifacio is now the hitter. Bonifacio is 1 for 3 today. His one hit was a bunt hit. Upstairs, 1-0. Bonifacio to shortstop. He's too quick to turn 2. They get 1, so they get the middle runner. 6-4 on the putout. I don't know how Cesar would be on an everyday basis, but he's moving pretty well over at shortstop.
Smooth. Oh, he's watched his double play partner play enough of it over there.
Well, they grew up together and both were shortstops in Venezuela. And Cesar really made the move over to second base because he just wanted to play, because Freddie was the shortstop. Here's Ronald Acuna. Acuna, who is a 19-year-old from Venezuela. 19 years old. Big hop to shortstop. Cesar to second for 1. over to first, and the ball game is over. A 6-4-3 double play. Cesar looked like he'd been doing that all his life. And that'll do it for the Braves, and the Phillies walk away with a 9-0 victory over the Atlanta Braves. Brock Stassi, a big day off the bench, replacing Tommy Joseph with a triple and a home run. Jared Eichhoff pitched 5 scoreless innings, and he earned the victory for the Phils here this afternoon. Well, this is a good day for the Phillies. After having the lead yesterday, and they lost to the Orioles, they bounced back. And it all started with Tyler Goodell with his opposite field 2-run triple.
Nice piece of hitting here. He gets a fastball down and away off Blair and shoots in that right center field gap. Another way Goodell can run. Easy triple for him to score Logan Moore and Freddie Galvis. And then the 7th inning, Brock Stassi comes up and does more damage with a home run out of the ballpark, literally out of the ballpark.
Out of the ballpark, into the bushes over the right field fence.
And he continues to prove what he can do on an everyday basis.
Yeah, it's obviously a great story that we've gotten a chance to watch unfold. And he's down on the field with Greg Murphy. Murph?
You're right, Tom. It is a great story. And, you know, obviously baseball's always fun, but you got to be having a real good time playing ball right now. It's really, it looks like it's coming easy to you. I know it's not a lot of hard work, but it's been fun.
Yeah, I mean, anytime I'm out here is a good day, and I just love playing the game. It's going well for me right now, but today's already over, so I got to focus on tomorrow and get better tomorrow.
During the broadcast, Ben Davis said that you know the ball must look like a beach ball right now. That's how well you're swinging the bat. Is it anything different, or is it just this game is like that? It can be streaky sometimes.
Yeah, it can be streaky sometimes, but I mean, I made a little adjustment this offseason at the second half of last year in AAA, and took that into winter ball, and it's paying off. So I'm just, like I said earlier, just coming to the yard with a fresh attitude every day and trying to get better.
You and I talked before the game about a week ago, and you talked about when you arrived here, hitting the ground running, and how important that is for a guy like yourself. You certainly have done that. Have you allowed yourself to kind of take a step back and say, okay, I've done that, or is, you know, you can't do that at this point?
No, never satisfied. I mean, the moment you get comfortable is when you're on your way out, and I'm never comfortable, and I know things can change quickly, but I'm just having a good time, and like I said earlier, never satisfied. Tomorrow's a new day, and we got the Yankees tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it as well. Brock, thanks for your time. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you. We appreciate that. The Phils put on a little bit of a fireworks show here today. They win it 9-0 over the Atlanta Braves as the fans file out or to the Tiki Bar. We'll take a break and be back to wrap it up right after this.